Hey there. Today I'd like to continue with our winter and holiday books. The first one is called Gingerbread Mouse. It's by Katie Bratton. Crack! Mouse woke up and ran outside. What was that sound? A huge branch crashed to the ground, missing her by inches. Oh no, Mouse cried. Her cozy home was ruined. Climbing a tall tree, Mouse saw the twinkling lights of a house nearby. I will look for a new home there, she said. After a long, cold journey, she reached the big house. A warm light glowed from the window. She climbed up to take a peek. Mouse couldn't believe her eyes. There, inside the house, was her new home, just her size, almost like magic. But how could she get in? Then Mouse saw her chance. She jumped up onto the tree as it brushed by and was inside the house in a twinkling. Mouse scurried up onto the table. She couldn't wait to move in. She made a small box into a dresser. She made a rug and curtains from ribbon and string. She made a rocking chair from cardboard. This is starting to feel like home, she said softly as she dropped off to sleep. Suddenly, there was a huge crash. Mouse jumped up from her bed. Ouch, she heard someone say. A giant man in a red suit stumbled into the room from the fireplace, rubbing his head. He pulled packages from a large bag and placed them under the tree. You have a nice little home, he said as he filled the stockings over the fireplace. You mean me? Mouse asked. You might need a place that will last a bit longer, though, he said as he sipped his cocoa. Maybe I can help. He stood up and brushed cookie crumbs from his coat. Then he pulled one last gift from his bag. Mouse gasped in surprise. There in front of her was the nicest gift she could imagine. It's beautiful, she cried. But when she turned around, the man in the red suit was gone. Ho, 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 she heard echoing from the chimney. Mouse settled in right away. On Christmas morning, the snow was falling softly outside the window. Mouse got up bright and early to watch the presents being opened. Later Christmas night, Mouse sat happily knitting a sweater in her new home. She heard a soft knocking sound. She peeked out the door and saw a package on the doorstep. A small card was attached with ribbon. Merry Christmas, Gingerbread Mouse. The next one is called Bear's Christmas Star. It was written by Marilyn Dialance. was playing in the snow. Papa came home with a large fir tree. "I know what you're going to do," said Bear. "I want to help." Bear opened a box of garlands. "Be careful," said Papa. "Not so fast." Bear tried to hang the garland all by himself, but he couldn't reach. "You're too small," said Papa. "Why don't you get the rest of the decorations?" "That's no fun," muttered Bear. "What's in here?" "Great! Candles and—" "Where's the garland?" asked Papa. Bear held on tight to the garland. "Let go," said Papa. "You're too small to hang it on the tree." Aha! Bear had an idea. "What are you doing?" asked Papa. "Nothing," said Bear. "Nothing." Oh no! When Bear tried to attach a candle to a branch, smash! A Christmas ball fell. "That's enough," said Papa. "You're too small. Get down now." "And go sit over there." "Not there. Not on the Christmas balls." Bear ran out of the room. The kitchen smelled like chocolate, but Bear didn't stop. "It's not fair," whispered Bear, sitting on his bed. Suddenly, the door opened. "I have a problem and I need your help," said Papa. "I don't believe you," said Bear. "Really, I do," said Papa. "Come and see." "I'm not tall enough to put the star on top of the tree, and if I climb on the stool—" "Crack goes the stool," said Bear. "Exactly. So I need your help." Bear grabbed the star. "You'll let me do it, Papa?" "Promise," Papa said. "For real?" "For real." "Lie down, Papa," said Bear. "Like this?" asked Papa. "No, lower," said Bear. Ha! Bear leaped onto Papa's neck. "Are we ready?" asked Papa. "Let's go," said Bear. Papa stood up, holding Bear on his head. Bear put the star on top of the Christmas tree. "There," said Bear. "I did it." "Yes, you did," said Papa. "Do you see how it shines?" asked Bear. "Merry Christmas, Bear." Just like in this book, sometimes we want to help, but we have to wait until the time is right. We have to let grown-ups or people who are bigger start the process or handle the breakable things until it's time for us to help. This is a similar book. It has a similar story. It's called The Biggest Best Snowman, and it's about a little girl who's told she's too little, but she does find something she can do. This is by Marjorie Kohler, and it's illustrated by Will Hillenbrand. Little Nell lived with Big Mama, Big Sarah, and Big Lizzie in a big house in a big snowy wood. Big Mama, Big Sarah, and Big Lizzie had big, blustery voices. They had big, talky friends. They had big, loud parties. When Little Nell asked, "Can I help?" Big Mama, Big Sarah, and Big Lizzie shook their heads. "No, you can't," they said. "You're too small." "Yes, I can," said Little Nell, "and no, I'm not." "No, you can't," they said, "and yes, you are." There's Little Nell. One day, Bear Cub, I skipped a page. So little Nell would go into the big snowy woods. She would sit and watch the snow fall from the sky. She would walk under the bare branch trees. She would play with her friends, Reindeer, Hare, and Bear Cub. One day, Bear Cub said to little Nell, "Can you show us how to make a snowman?" "No, I can't," said little Nell. "I'm too small." "Yes, you can," said the animals. "And no, you're not." "But I'm so small," said little Nell. "My family won't let me do anything. I could never make a snowman." "How do you know unless you try?" asked Bear Cub. "We'll help you." Little Nell sighed. "Well, maybe," she said. Little Nell got down on her knees. She carefully patted and matted and batted the snow into a tiny ball. She rolled it and rolled it and rolled it to Reindeer. Reindeer nudged it and nudged it and nudged it to Hare. Hare kicked it and kicked it and kicked it to Bear Cub. Bear Cub rolled it and rolled it and rolled it until it stopped, thud, by the edge of the big, icy pond. "Now what?" asked Reindeer. "The snowman needs a middle," said little Nell. "How do we do that?" asked Hare. Little Nell bit her lip. She got down on her knees. She carefully patted and matted and batted another tiny snowball. She rolled it and rolled it to Reindeer. Reindeer nudged it and nudged it to Hare. Hare kicked it and kicked it to Bear Cub. Bear Cub rolled it and rolled it until, thud, it came to a stop. He pushed it on top of the other snowball. "Now what?" he asked. "It needs a head," cried little Nell. She patted and matted and batted another tiny snowball. Then she rolled it to Reindeer. Reindeer nudged it to Hare. Hare kicked it to Bear Cub. Bear Cub stuck it on top of the other two snowballs. Little Nell and the animals stood back and looked at their snowman. "Something is missing," said Hare. "The face," said little Nell. "How do we do that?" asked the animals. "I think we'll need help," said little Nell. She whistled for the birds to come. Crow, cardinal, and sparrow flew down from the trees. "Could you make a face for our snowman?" she asked. Crow fetched 2 pieces of bark for the eyes. Cardinal found an old pink sock for the nose. Sparrow brought raisins for the mouth. Little Nell handed her green scarf to the birds. They wound it and wound it and wound it around the snowman's neck. Then they added 2 sticks for arms. The snowman was finally finished. Little Nell and the animals gazed up at their creation. "Wow," said the animals. "Wow," said little Nell. It was almost lunchtime. Little Nell said goodbye to her friends. She walked home through the big snowy woods. Big Mama, Big Sarah, and Big Lizzie were waiting for her. "Where have you been?" they asked in their big blustery voices. "I was building a great big snowman," answered little Nell. "How could someone as little as you build a great big snowman?" asked Big Lizzie. "Come and see," said little Nell. So Big Mama, Big Sarah, and Big Lizzie followed little Nell through the big snowy woods to the snowman. As they looked up, their mouths dropped open and their arms dropped to their sides. "Wow," they said. "You built that?" "Yes, I did," said little Nell, "with the help of my friends." "That's the biggest, best snowman that ever was," said Big Mama. "Yes, it is," said little Nell, with a huge smile on her face. help us make a big yummy lunch? Asked Big Sarah. No, she can't, said Big Lizzie. She's too small. Yes, I can, said Little Nell. And no, I'm not. Yes, you can, said Big Mama. And yes, you will. Big Mama gave Little Nell a big sloppy kiss. Big Sarah gave Little Nell a big squeezy hug. Ooch. Big Lizzie stuck her big nose in the air. Little Nell's friends lifted her to the top of the snowman. Hooray! So, Little Nell had to find something that she was good at and something that she could do. And no matter how small or big you are, there are things that you can do and that you can be proud of. So find out what that is and do it to help others be happy this holiday and to help yourself feel proud.